This is more of what DOGE has found it's been now about 8 weeks that Trump has been in office. He has been working nonstop at lightning speed. You can't even keep up with the man. So anyway, this is more of what DOGE has found. And this is the list that Trump laid out during his joint address to Congress on March 4th. I have here $22 billion with a B for DHHS to provide free housing and vehicles to illegals. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. I've got here $8 million to promote LGBTQI plus in the African nation of Lesotho, which I've never heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Columbian empowerment in Central America. $8 million to make mice transgender. I never knew you could do that. $32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for an Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. $1.9 million to create decarbonization of homes committee that would be headed up by Stacy Abrahams. $3.5 million for a consulting contract for a lavish fish monitoring operation. $1.5 for voter confidence in Liberia. $1.5 million, by the way. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million to house illegal aliens in hotel rooms inside New York City, although I think it was a lot more than that. $250,000 to increase vegan local climate action and innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavioral change in Uganda. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $47 million to improve learning outcomes in Asia. I did not think they needed any help. And $101 million on DEI contracts at the Department of Education. Essentially, you've got the United States Government Accountability Office estimates that some $500 billion, that's billion with a B, that is $500 billion, is wasted and in fraud annually. So $500 billion in fraud every single year. Each year, that money is just squandered. And on top of that, hundreds of billions of dollars get spent all over the world on everyone, for everything. But what about people here? What about the hurricane victims from the Carolinas, or the fire victims in California? You know, nobody talks about Ohio and the train derailment that happened there. You know, that community was devastated. Those people are still picking up the pieces. I mean, the point is, you know, the Democrats in Washington and its leadership especially constantly reminds us that Elon Musk was never elected. We got it. But there's no harm in looking under the hood, taking a peek under the hood and looking at the engine, checking out how this car is really running. You know, did voters get to choose how government spends our money? Did voters get to decide how government squanders our money? I mean, there would be plenty for social programs here in the U.S. if we just cut the waste, the fraud, the theft, and the abuse. Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, other presidents talked about doing it. They might have done it a bit, maybe a pinch, but this is on steroids. What Musk and his team is finding is just, it's astronomical. No pun intended. It's phenomenal how much they're finding. And all they want to do is discover it, uncover it, and get to the bottom of it. and stop the bleed. Basically, we've got to stop the bleeding, folks. We are $36 trillion in debt. Our deficit is 36T. 36T. That's only going to be passed down to our children and our grandchildren. I mean, we've got to basically stop the bleed and just get to the bottom of it.